Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I am your Dungeon Master, AuldDragon, and the players are...
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon Miacc, who's a human fighter from an asteroid close to Brow.
Hi everyone, I'm Daikami-sama and I play Solas Ebha, who is Half-Elven Cleric Mage of Ogma.
Hey, I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin from Brawl.
Hello, everyone. I'm Zaylan Mortar. I play Finnel'ar Mohani, a druid from Grayspace.
And we are down Zaka, Lafdul's player today. The party was splitting up anyway, so we will be going on without him since he had his own little family reunion to visit in-game. And Big Mac, I believe that you have a little bit of an announcement.
I've been working with some people. Aud's in the team, but don't think he's in this particular issue. We've got a new issue of Wild Space magazine out. It's called The Groundling's Guide to Spelljammer. It's basically a thing to help people fairly new to Spelljammer get ready to run Spelljammer games. I will post a link to the announcement topic in the chat.
Excellent, excellent. So everyone can go grab that and download that and read it to their heart's content. Good work all around. Before we get back into the game, 500 bits will get the player or dungeon master of their choice a reroll, as Anghammarand has just done for Braxon in the Wild Space magazine.
Does Wild Space magazine get a reroll?
Yeah, you can only use that for anything related to the Wild Space magazine within the game.
You can reroll next time you write the magazine.
Yeah.
No, that is a free reroll for you to use for anything of all.
Really?
He gets a heckle bit. No, that's more than a heckle bit, Dracophile. So that brings you, Braxon, to 2, Finn to 2, Ockar has 1, and Solas has 3. I, the Dungeon Master, have a measly 11.
It's kind of cheating because a lot of people made Wild Space magazine.
Yeah, but they're not in the game.
Yeah.
And you're the one who is promoting it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you are basically running the show. All right, so we left off last time. The party had arrived at Dragon Rock, orbiting Toril amongst the Tears of Saloon. And you were looking into getting a ship to take you down to the continent called Zakara,
Yep.
Yeah.
which is a large desert continent, because you're hoping to get to an oasis.
Do we have some sort of estimate as to how long it would take to do what Ockar wants to do? I know it's obviously not estimatable completely.
No, and the people up on Dragon Rock are not so familiar with the geography of Zakara to really be able to help you out too much. It kind of is going to depend on what you want to do when you get down there as well.
Well, I'm also a little bit worried about we were getting our crew to do drills and stuff. I'm worried about us coming back up and them being rusty.
Well, I imagine we keep our officers up there, making sure that they continue with the drills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they get rotating shore leave anyway, so.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like we are the only officers on the ship.
So, I mean, I guess that's a kind of a question of for you guys on what you want to do when you get down there. Do you just want to go to the first oasis you find? Do you want to look for a particular kind of oasis? Like what feels appropriate for you, Ockar?
Well, I had 2 thoughts about this. One thought was I was gonna go down the Zakara and ask around to see if there are any towns that had problems with their oasis or something that was causing like a drought or something, like someone poisoned the water or something, you know.
Mhm.
And if nothing like that came up, I was gonna try to go like to the closest oasis to wherever we end up.
Okay. So what people on Dragon Rock can tell you is that while they don't know the details, they do know that there are caravans that travel through the desert, going to, and they have to stop at oases along the way to get from town to town when crossing the actual desert. So, like, if it's just an oasis, I mean, obviously, if you hear of something else, there's that. But if it's just an oasis that you want to get to, you can basically just hire on with a caravan going to another town in the desert, and then when you stop at an oasis, do your thing, get to the town, hire on as a guard, come back, or pay as you can either hire on as a guard or pay to be a passenger, essentially.
That was my basic plan. Get hired on as like guards, earn some extra cash that way, unless we hear of something specific.
Yeah, I guess we won't earn enough to pay for the ship, but it's better to have something than nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, are we going to take that special money bag down with us?
I
That's
would
okay.
think that our officers could handle it
Yeah,
while we are down.
I'd prefer to keep that on the ship with like the officers and everything.
All right, if Ald lets us.
Yeah, of course. That's fine. You have a simple method of figuring out how much that actually generates for you every day, and I'm perfectly fine with having that do that, and just having that as a number thing.
I'm fine with that. The only time I wasn't fine with it was when we was in Crin Space, when obviously we wanted to get local money because we forgot to change our money. And like having local coins was kind of critical.
I don't remember that as a forget to change your money. I remember that as a didn't change enough money.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I mean, so like it's just a thing of like you know how much it generates. It's just a number thing at this point.
Yeah, okay. Braxon's gonna give that bag to North Eric then to look after.
Okay.
I guess he'll have to hand over his keys as well because I need to get money for paying the crew and stuff.
Generally, crew are paid at the end of a trip. So.
I see. So when you're saying the pay period, you're just saying put the money to one side.
Yeah.
Right. Got you. Okay. Cool. All right. If we die, they can batter the door open anyway.
I mean, Lafdul will be back to.
That's true.
Yeah. He can come back and take over everything.
Lafdul will come back and say, "I've got bad news. They all died. Let's go."
There you go, killing us off again.
Would that it'd be a joke, wouldn't it? He'd fly halfway out of realm space and then go back and go, "Only joking."
While you're stuck back on Dragon Rock. Man,
Yeah, while we're stuck
ship?
on Dragon Rock, saying who stole our ship.
All right, so I mean, does anyone else have any other ideas? Even though it is Ockar's shield, if someone else has an idea, you can always offer it. I mean,
what I would say is Braxon will probably go down to the docks to see if there's any ships there that look like grounding ships that might be from Zakara. Not that he knows what one looks like, but basically anything that looks at all weird or anything that's like a galleon, I suppose.
So you would you would learn that travel to and from Zakara is fairly regular. Not necessarily frequent, but the like asking around in the docks. There's usually at least one ship going to the capital, Hazuz, every week or two.
Yeah.
Occasionally there are ships going to a different port.
Right.
But they're much less frequent. And they are always groundling vessels. Because these basically just go to and from there. Because there's a lot of spices that get exported from Zakara and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Braxon will go looking for a ship. Basically, on the grounds that if he can find a ship, he can then see if the captain will talk to Ockar and the others if they want to come along. We might get better intel from someone that's possibly going to take us down there.
So, asking around on the docks and waiting for a ship to arrive that plans to go to Zakara takes about 6 days.
Okay.
But a ship does eventually put in by the name of the Golden Crab.
The Golden Crab.
Mm-hmm. So you want to ask about passage down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Braxon will say he's with someone that wants passage for us. Or there's a group of us that want passage. But we're also wondering what equipment we might need.
Okay. You're a little quiet. Is your microphone...
how's that?
How's
that? I got a bendy microphone, and sometimes it unbends a little bit.
All right. That's fine. All right. So the captain welcomes you on board when you indicate that you're looking for a passage, and he says, "Welcome, welcome. How many passengers are you looking for passage for?"
Just 4 of us, I believe.
All right. Is that accurate? Ockar, do you want Ingritha to come with you or stay on the ship?
5
maybe 5.
We're taking Ingritha.
All right. Okay. Well, Braxon will say.
Wait. Hold on. What about Bjorn?
Sorry.
I'm gonna leave Behemoth on the ship because I don't think a desert would agree with him.
Okay.
And I think I remember that being a problem when we were on Rattle as well.
Can't we just shave Behemoth?
We're not doing that again.
No. It's a horrible idea.
Oh, he'd grow back. I suppose he'd get sunburned then. Yeah.
I probably would, yeah. So passage for 5. All right. Well, that will be 30 gold pieces each, then.
30 gold pieces each. All right. Can I bring my party members to have some... We might have some questions about equipment we might need to obtain.
Of course. We'll be here on Dragon Rock for a few days, unloading and loading new cargo.
Okay. Braxon will go tell Ockar immediately, and then go looking for the others. See who wants to go and meet. Oh, sorry, he would have said his name, and he would have asked the name of the captain.
That would have been... He would have given his name as Captain Jaled.
Right. Okay. Thanks, Captain Juliet. I'm Captain Braxon Miacc. I will bring my Paladin and my other companions if they wish to come.
Your Paladin?
Well, the Paladin from my crew. Okay. Braxon will go looking for Ockar and say, "Hey, I found a ship at last."
Good.
It's called the Golden Crab. The captain's Captain Julid. He said it's 30 gold pieces to go down to Zakara. But I thought you'd want to... Per person, yeah. I thought you'd want to go have a chat with him and see whether we need any special equipment. It might be cheaper to buy equipment here than down there.
Don't we still have all that equipment that we had when we visited the hot side of Rattle?
I can't remember what that was, but we might have. I don't think we
I
threw
still
it
have
away.
that all listed in my character sheet. You know, canteens, extra water skins.
Oh right, yeah. We should have that. Yeah. We might not be able to use our normal armor down there.
I mean, you can use it. It's just a question of whether
Yeah.
it'll make you tired or hot or
Yeah.
something.
Sun goggles. What's an abyss?
Abba, it's a robe.
Right, the Abba thing.
Did we have Finn with us back then? I
No.
don't think we did, and I don't even know if we had.
I'll probably have to buy some hot weather gear for Ingritha.
Yeah, we'll have to.
I
get
believe
some
we already
gear.
know what we need to take down there since we've done this before.
Yeah, but let's ask Captain Juled in case there's anything special that we need to know about.
Sounds good.
All right, so who wants to go speak with the captain?
I'll go.
Solas, Finn?
Solas is spending his time in the with the Seekers and the Temple of Ogma.
Okay.
Okay. Finn?
Finn will go with you.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, Finn's our animal and plant expert. He's going to know questions to ask that we don't. All right. Braxon to tag along, but he's probably not going to ask much.
Okay. All right, so you return to Captain Gillette and meet him in his cabin, and he says, "These are 3 of your passage. Who need passage?"
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did your squire come along?
Ockar?
Yes.
Okay, so 4 then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our other colleague is studying with the Seekers.
All right. Well, then, what can I do for you? You said he said you had some questions for me.
Yeah. So, what gear would you recommend for this kind of trip down the Zakahara? Is there anything special, since we've been in hot weather environments before? If you've heard of the planet Rattle.
No, I have not been out of this crystal sphere. I make my wealth by trading just locally.
Okay.
Well, it all depends on what you want to do. I actually do not get off my ship too often. Sea breeze is quite cooling even on the hottest of summer days. But anything to cover your head would be good. Keep yourself from getting sunburned. If you're going out into the desert, well, you'll want to speak with someone, a provisioner down there, to find out what is needed, depending on where you're going. It's very different if you're going along the coast, one of the coast roads, or if you're going into the anvils.
Okay.
So he's basically indicating that you're kind of looking at speaking to a provisioner down there to figure out what you want, and it'll depend on what you actually want to do when you get down there.
Fair enough. Okay. That is fair enough. Thank you.
Does he know of any dangerous monsters that we might need to get protection for?
Well, there's certainly sea monsters and pirates out there on the seas. In the deserts, you'd best beware of the genies and gulls and various other creatures, plenty of animals that would love to eat a juicy person or mount.
Gulls. What sort of creature is that? Sounds like a bird to me.
No, couldn't be farther from the truth. Don't know much about them myself, but they're thoroughly, thoroughly evil creatures. Some say they're related to the genies, but I don't know much about that myself. You'd get the impression that they're humanoids of some sort.
Right. Is there likely to be someone up here who knows about these creatures, or would we have to learn that down there?
Oh, I mean, there might be. I don't know many of the people up here, but not too many of them come from my homeland. People up here are all unenlightened, so we generally prefer to stay with our own kind.
Okay. Unenlightened. So we have to learn how to become enlightened.
Well, if you want to worship one of the enlightened gods, yes. That would be how you do it.
Oh, the enlightened is to do with gods.
Of
Okay.
course.
All right, I'll be interested in learning about that at some point.
Oh, thank you. Hopefully we don't run into any genies down there. We've already had our own encounters with them before.
Yeah, thanks very much.
So, like, he'd give you some basic pointers. Just make sure you drink a lot and protect yourself from the sun. If you plan to go off alone, you probably would want to hire a guide and bring lots of water, is what he would be saying. But he's a sailor, so he doesn't actually know that much about desert travel.
Yeah.
From what you can see from Dragon Rock, the continent of Zakara does have a huge archipelago to the south of it. So, like, there's tons and tons of places for sailors to go and never really go into the desert.
Right, I see, yeah. So lots of outside and a big bit in the middle that you don't need to go to on a ship.
Yeah. Big interior deserts.
From where we are, can we see anything like an inland sea?
There's a very large bay.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like, once you get down there, then you'd probably need to ask around.
Fair enough.
Have you got anything you'd like to ask, Finn?
No.
Okay. You're our expert at keeping us alive. All right. How about you, Ockar?
Give me a second. No, I'm fine.
All right. Do any of us need different armor so that we can have some non-hot armor to go down there with?
Well, I mean, if you wear robes over it, it's not like the metal on your armor is going to be getting hot.
Right.
And all the armor has padding and stuff like that. So the bigger issue is more along the lines of sweating, thus losing moisture, and just the weight and the tiringness that it would lead to.
Yeah.
So the lighter the lighter the armor, the better it would be for you. But it's very much just a case of, how much do you think your character can tolerate?
Yeah.
Determines what you want to do.
Solas would have indicated that he is planning on casting Unfailing Endurance on the party. That allows us to be less exhausted.
It doesn't have anything to do with dehydration, though, does it?
No, it doesn't
Okay.
do with dehydration, but it makes you virtually immune to fatigue or exhaustion.
Right.
And it lasts for quite a while.
Okay.
Okay. Well, when Ockar's done, Braxon would thank the captain for his time. Do we pay now?
When you're ready to board, which will
Right.
basically be the next day.
Okay. All right. I guess Braxton would thank the captain, and then he'd go looking for Solas to tell him that we might need to go up against something called goals.
Wait, who are you
Solas,
saying you might have to go up against goals too?
Yeah, we might have to fight something called goals. I don't know what they are. They seem to be some sort of humanoids.
Right, who are you saying this to? I missed that.
He'd go and find Solas.
Oh, okay, all right, sorry.
Solas didn't bother to come with us, so he'd say,
no, it's fine. I wasn't sure if you were saying that to the captain or someone else. That's what.
Yeah, no, sorry.
That's because Solas have been basically asking about Zakara from the Seekers and what kind of dangers they know about the place.
Yeah. Well, he would when we're done. Are you done, Ockar?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He'd thank him and go, and then he'd go find Solas, or go to where the Seekers are and send a message. Can Solas pop out, or can he go in and see Solas and say there's something called goals down there? We might need to fight them. See if we can find some information about
them. What the Seekers would know about them is that they are believed to be related to genies in some way. They have great magical power. They're by no means common, but they're one of the more feared things in the deserts that you can encounter.
Okay.
But of course, there's other things too. Everything from lions to serpents, poisonous serpents.
I'm guessing since they are related to genies, they are also somewhat elemental creatures.
It's not a whole lot of information on that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Solas would be in the Seekers basically trying to learn about Zakara.
Okay. You do end up learning a lot of stuff that is not going to be relevant.
Oh, sure, but
I had to crash course myself for this, so I do not have a whole lot to actually give you about it. Beyond the fact that the deep desert is filled with ancient ruins, supposedly. There are, rumors of great magics in there, but of course, it is the deep desert. It is deadly. The caravan routes go from, they go to known oases, but there are some others out there. There are other ways to, find water and things like that. But the Seekers have very academic information rather than practical information about that kind of thing.
Yeah, but Solas is interested in the
I
academic
know.
information.
I'm just letting you know what you're getting out of it, kind of thing. So, if you guys are ready, you can say you're ready and go board the ship. Otherwise,
Yeah,
there's something
I'm
else
ready.
you want to do.
I'm going to see if I can get some leather armor.
You can easily get leather armor.
Okay.
Prices
How
in
much
the
for
player's
it?
handbook.
I'll price in the player's handbook. Okay. My player's handbook's downstairs, so I'll look that up in a bit.
I mean, you can also buy stuff when you get down to Jesus. It is a large
Yeah.
city.
I mean, you could buy what the locals feel is the best armor for desert.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that when we get down there then. So that means I'll have to take some money with me.
I mean, you're going to want to take money with you anyway.
That's true.
You're going to
That's
need
true.
to buy food and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm going down without armor.
I plan to keep my armor and just deal with like certain problems with it because, like, I don't think the armor I have is too bad. It's not like I'm going in full plate again.
Well, you can always pack the armor in your backpack if it turns out that you don't want to wear it.
Yeah, because Ockar's going with his banded armor and Ingritha's going in the split mail.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Okay. That's That's true. Yeah. Didn't think about that. All right. I'll take my what's a small? I'll take the banded mail. That's a bit lighter. Yeah, and I'll take it in the backpack.
Okay. All right, just let me know when you think you're all ready. I mean, if there's anything else you want to do, you can do it. Otherwise, I'm waiting on you guys. You guys are
Solas
taking
is
the lead
ready.
on this.
Solas is ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Finn's
All
ready.
right. I already deducted the gold from my money to pay for me and Ingritha.
Okay. All right. So you make your way to the Golden Crab, ready to sail down. Packed up your all the stuff that you want to take, and pay the ship captain for your passage. So the ship is not it's roughly the equivalent of a galleon, but it's a very different style than you're familiar with. But you all get a single cabin with a few bunks. You'd realize that this is a, extra crew quarters normally, and can very easily be turned into extra cargo space as well, depending on what's needed. But there are some bunks that you're able to rest on. But since you're just going down to the planet, it's actually going to be a fairly quick trip.
Yeah. Braxon's probably going to want to go up on deck if he's allowed to, and see the sort of thing the crew are doing with this sort of ship.
Okay.
See if you can use any of his ship's carpentry skills to work out what the modifications of the ships might be doing.
As far as you can tell, actually, give me a ship carpentry check.
Right, hang on.
Okay. So there's nothing about the way they're doing things that is better or worse. It's just different. The ship is laid out a bit different. The sails are rigged a little differently, but as far as you can tell, it doesn't lead to anything better or worse. It is just different.
Okay.
Different way of doing things, essentially. But
Yeah.
you pretty quickly pick up what those differences are, and you'd be able, you'd be very adaptable to just be able to jump in and help out if necessary, kind of thing.
Yeah. That's the sort of thing that Braxon wants to know.
By the way, question.
Mhm.
Did you, Braxon, hire a carpenter on our ship?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, same as we had before.
I think they could fix the one missing hull point while we are away.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, and that did remind me, we were going to identify some potions before you left.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
using
the
the
3
slate.
small bottles made of bark.
Yep. Let me see where I had that. Okay. All right, so real fast, you are going to be able to get those, get all of those done with one visit to the slate. Which one are you putting on first?
The thin greenish oil.
Okay, that is revealed to be oil of tempering. If you've
Okay.
never encountered oil of tempering before, you're not going to be sure what it does.
I think I have something similar, but
Just to stop people getting angry.
no, I think it makes your sword sharper
Oh.
or stronger, one of the two.
With tempering, it sounds like it would make it stronger.
Okay. Nothing else is revealed?
No, the slate does not give you any details about what things do. It just tells you what it is.
Okay.
So if you've encountered it before, that's pretty easy. Sometimes the names are also pretty obvious, like a potion of invisibility. Pretty obvious. But in this case, you're not going to be sure exactly what it does.
Okay.
All right. Next up.
Next up is a thick crimson liquid.
That is a potion of regeneration.
Oh, that's useful.
Okay.
So, like, if you have your arm cut off, it grows back.
And
Right.
finally, a pale gray fluid with small particles floating in it.
That is a potion of extra healing.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So back to the trip. So and anyone, as long as you're staying out of the way of the sailors, any of you can be on deck. If you'd prefer to be in the cabin, that is fine too. It's only going to take you about an hour to actually get down to Toril itself. The captain would have indicated that once down, it will be a number of hours to sail to Hazuz, because they put down in out at sea kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you do notice that the crew is, while mostly human, you do see an elf and a kobold amongst the crew, and they are treated the same as the others. Speak with the same accent, wear the exact same style of clothing, and everything like that.
Interesting.
And let me go ahead and bring you over to a new map. All right.
I think it's still loading for me. It looks a bit blurry.
Yeah, it takes a moment. It starts out blurry, but it'll get clearer. Let me know when it does.
Ah, right. Finally. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, it's a pretty big
Yeah.
image. Okay.
Yeah, it took a while.
So, if you're out on deck or something like that, then you will see, you're coming down. There is a large gulf or inland sea kind of thing between the two kind of lobes of the continent with big deserts in between. And to the south of that is just vast islands and archipelago regions. And the captain takes you to the center of the Gulf here, putting you down well away from any of the land, and you're pretty sure that anyone on the shoreline would not see, your ship actually put in. Sailing for most of the rest of the day gets you up to the river mouth, and traveling up the river, you eventually see the, even before, just entering the mouth of the river, you can see ahead of you these tall spires glinting with gold or other, shiny paint to make it seem kind of golden, as the ship puts into a dock at Jesus. The crew would have told you it is called the City of Delights, and you can see why. It is a large walled city, packed with people, and just like coming in, you can smell exotic smells, spices, and things like that coming from within the city. It's late afternoon, so some people, you can tell that dinners are being cooked across the city, but there's still a lot going on. But the once the ship is pulled into dock and tied off, the captain will give you some inns that you can go to near the docks. And he suggests you ask around for caravans if you want to go out into the desert, or a guide if that is your preferred method of doing so. And he gives you some quick directions on how to get to where the caravans tend to start from and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you have the choice between high quality inn, average quality inn, or the cheap inn.
I'm fine with average.
Yeah, I'm fine with average as well.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be 7 silver pieces per night. They ask for.
Okay.
Okay.
Per person.
Yes, per person. And the rooms are Spartan but comfortable. The furniture is in designs that you're very unfamiliar with. But you can ask the innkeeper for some information after you book your rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And they do the cost does include a meal, an evening meal.
Uh-huh. It's good.
Nice.
So once you're settled in, you head down to get some food, get some dinner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's evening when we are there.
By the time everything is done, the sun is beginning to set, so you're looking at 6 p.m. kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Solas asks general questions about the place from the innkeeper.
All right. The innkeeper will give you a general information.
Like how often do caravans leave, and Do they is what kind of dangers one could expect?
So the innkeeper says, there's caravans leaving every day. Depends on where you're going. Caravans down to the League of the Pantheon. You can always catch a ship over to Tajar. There are plenty of caravans over there. Caravans heading north, and caravans heading out into the desert. What do you, where are you looking to go?
My companion is looking for an place that is suffering from potential water problems and is looking to help them.
The innkeeper gives a big hearty belly laugh and says, "Look around you. We're a desert. Everywhere suffers from water problems. Water is as precious as gold."
Indeed, but well, let's just say that there's a reason why we are looking for some more specific problem than just living on a desert.
Well, I can't think of
Yeah.
anywhere in particular having an especially bad drought at this time. We're just coming out of the rainy season, so the rivers are running pretty well at the moment. Haven't heard too
Well,
much
that
news from out west or down south, so I wouldn't know too much about that. But up north, Wasat, that's fine. I haven't heard of any issues in Halwa either.
mhm.
Do you know of any caravans that are gonna be like leaving soon?
Well, that again depends on where you want to go. There's caravans generally leaving at least once a week, depending on where you want to go.
Well, I'm hoping to get some work as a caravan guard to and basically just earn some money to and from to get back to here.
Maybe we need
Hmm.
to speak to someone about this quest you're on. Okay.
Well, basically, I need to get to an oasis that's to get some water. I need to get some water from an oasis as part of something having to do with mystical stuff. And I'm hoping to get work with a caravan to get to and from there.
Well, there's so he gives you some basic directions to where caravans tend to congregate and leave from. Again, hearing this, he would say that there are oases along all of the overland routes, but if you want like to get to an oasis that is most necessary, then you probably want to look at going into the desert itself as opposed to going along the shoreline. So he would
Okay.
indicate that the city of Halwa might be the destination that you want.
Hallam?
Halwa.
Alva, it's
Halwa.
the
Okay.
northeast.
Okay, so we leave from Huzzahs to Halwa. Okay, that sounds good.
Do we need to go to a normal oasis, Ockar, or do we need to go to a special one?
The way I understand is that it has to be Water of Hope. My interpretation of that is an oasis in the desert, any oasis would count as Waters of Hope because it brings hope and life to a wasteland.
Okay. So we don't need to go to a troubled oasis and repair it or something.
I did that I was thinking about that to cover my bases because I thought if like there's a troubled oasis and stuff that would be the best bet, but I think any oasis can cover it.
Okay.
I mean, that's entirely
So-
up to you. This is down to your interpretation.
In my interpretation, I think any Oasis would do it.
Okay, fingers crossed.
So I'll use his directions to go to where the caravans are located. Then.
Any caravans that would have left already by this point.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're
it's
looking
evening.
at
Okay.
going the next morning kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll check in the morning then. I'll thank him though.
No problem. If you want to try and get some more, if you need some more information, better than I can give, I would recommend going to one of the colleges.
We should probably do that.
That's probably a good idea. Where can we find the colleges?
So he gives you directions to a few of the different colleges, and there's a number of them that focus on different, different subject matters. From what you described, he would suggest that you either want to go to the College of Magic or the College of the Sciences.
Okay.
Why not both?
I think I'll take a first trip to the College of Magic and then the College of Sciences.
Okay. All right.
Would that also be tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. That probably before we go talk to caravans.
At some point, Finn will probably suggest that we stick around in town for a couple days while we get acclimated to the local weather as well.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, you've gotten in the evening,
Okay, yeah.
and there is a pretty good breeze coming up the river. But you can tell that it is warm. It is like the good thing is that it's pretty easy to find shade throughout the city, but it is hot. It is hot, and anytime you find yourself out in the direct sunlight, that it hits you, and you feel your energy sapping. Finn does the best, even though this is well outside of your normal terrain. You are good with nature in general, so you don't suffer as much as the others.
I will cast every morning Endure Heat on me, Braxon, Ockar, and Ingritha.
Okay.
Since I think Finn has access to other spells that can help. And the night before we leave with the caravan, Solas will cast the Unfailing Endurance.
Okay, wait until you actually get a caravan.
I take it wild space survival doesn't help at all.
No, not too much. Not too much. In certain situations it might, because preserving air, preserving air doesn't do much, but preserving water is important.
Solas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
You don't need to cast it on Ockar because I actually have access to the Endure Heat spell.
Oh, you have access to that. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just make sure to cast that every day on myself.
Mm-hmm. Then I will cast it on me, Braxon, and Ingritha.
Okay. Mine won't last as long, but it's probably still fine.
It lasts 1.5 hours per level. Mine lasts about 13 hours, something like that.
Mine lasts 4.5 hours. It might be a good. You can still cast if you want. I'll just have mine as a backup.
Okay.
So
I will cast.
Go ahead, Finn.
So I will cast the Endure Heat on Ockar also.
Finn.
Okay.
Finn, if he needs it, will cast Control Temperature 10-foot radius around himself.
How long will that last?
When needed. That will last for 14 turns, was it?
Braxton's going to ask.
Let me go look that up again.
All right, while you're looking that up, yeah, Braxton?
Sorry, I started coughing when I started talking. Braxton's going to ask Finn if he turns into one of the local animals, does that mean he can sleep more peacefully or get through the day more peacefully?
I could probably also spit in your eye.
You probably could spit in my eye. I'm just asking.
Well, no, I meant turning into a camel.
Oh, a camel. Okay.
That's one way to say it.
Yeah, it's 14 turns, so I would save that for like the hottest part of the day.
Yeah. I mean, for now, like it's evening. You're planning out what you want to do. So you can wait and you can wait and cast spells as needed.
But like Finn could turn into a camel all day.
Finn's shape change has no duration on it. He can change into something and literally never change back if he wanted to.
Wow. That could be useful.
I think I cast the Ender Heat every morning because it lasts so long, and it should help quite a bit since it helps up to 133 Fahrenheit, if I remember correctly.
Okay. All right. So the next morning, you want to go to one of the colleges first. You were thinking the College of Magic, right? Kind of get a feel for what they feel might be relevant. Well, I'm asking Ockar, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the next morning, you wake up as the sun is rising, and it is glinting off of the great domes that make up the palace and some of the other buildings. And you can, like, just looking out your window, you can see why this city is called the City of Delights, because it's beautiful with this, the light coming in, glinting off all these domes, the smell of people making breakfast in the morning, and the meal last night, it was very different, something that most of you would probably not have had before. Very spicy. They would have offered other things if your character doesn't like spicy. It's entirely up to you. But it was well prepared as far as you could tell. Tasty, and a very new experience. They do not offer breakfast at the inn, so if you want food, you will need to go out and get it.
Okay. I'll probably gotta get breakfast, and while I'm going to try to head to the College of Magic, then.
Okay.
Solas will tag along.
All right, Finn. What about you? Oh, he said he's AFK. I'll either retcon him going with you or retcon him going somewhere else when he gets back.
Okay.
I mean, there's new natural environments around plants and things like that might be of interest to him. So I'll see what he wants when he gets back. All right. So you make your way to the College of Magic. It is a grand building, and you indicate that you are seeking advice from, a master of magical theory. And conveniently enough, the headmaster, Akid El Neti, is available and willing to see you for a donation to the college of 100 gold pieces.
I will pay the 100 gold.
Okay. All right. So he meets with you and says, yes, Ajami, friends from afar. Please do tell me what it is you wish to ask about. You spoke with one of my colleagues indicating that this had something to do with water and an enchantment of some sort.
Yes. It's a. I'll take out the shield to show him.
Mhm.
I'm trying to get materials to enchant this shield, and one of the things I need is, as the mage referred to it, waters of hope. And my interpretation of that makes me believe that an oasis would cover that, being water in a desert, giving hope to those that travel through it and such. But I wanted like the opinion of a skilled mage in that interpretation.
Yes, yes. It does seem appropriate. Without knowing more and without attempting the enchantment myself, I could not say for sure what would work and what would not work. Uh, I can think of a few possibilities offhand and leave it up to you to decide which will do what you wish.
I would be happy to hear your possibilities.
Indeed, indeed. The first thought is that you could just visit any of the oases along any of the caravan routes. There's a pretty significant one between Huzuz and Halwa. If you were to join one of the caravans going up that way. Further north, there is an isolated oasis that I'm aware of. It does not get much travel, because it is not really along any of the caravan routes, but it is close to the Great Anvil. It is known as the Oasis of the Golden Falcon. If you feel that a more out-of-the-way oasis is appropriate, you could go there. Now, there are also rumors that far to the north, beyond the Great Anvil in the Haunted Lands, where many ancient ruins lie, there is a well called the Well of Despair. It is said to be quite magical, but given that you are looking for waters of hope, and it is known as the Well of Despair, it may not be appropriate, but those are things that I can think of offhand. The Oasis of the Golden Falcon, and even more, the Well of Despair would be difficult to get to and to visit, so that might not be appropriate to what you wish.
Well,
That's possible,
true.
but maybe having more trouble getting the water will make the water better.
Maybe, like, it's supposed to be washed in the water of hope. The problem I have with the Golden Falcon is if it's so out of the way, I'm not sure if that would be counted as more hopeful or not than the caravan routes that help people out like every day.
He would say that is a good point. I cannot say for sure which way it should go, but that is a very good argument.
I thank you for your advice. I will keep them in mind and to heart.
Uh,
It is
would
help
it
clear up a few things.
would it be of any harm if my companion here were to wash the shield in normal oasis, and if we then decided to visit the Golden Falcon oasis and wash there?
The shield,
Without knowing the details of the enchantment, I cannot say for sure, but my instinct would be that it would not harm it.
yeah. As I understand it, the shield has been prepared so as to like take in the more esoteric elements of the enchantment. So it should possibly react in some way if I put it in what I believe is the right thing for the Water of Hope.
Well,
At least that's my interpretation. I know nothing about magic.
Yes, well, and without knowing the specific enchantment and the processes involved, I can only give you my personal recommendations, but that seems reasonable.
I've got a question which might be strange.
Hmm?
Do you know of any people living near any of these oases who need some hope?
Everyone could use some hope. And most oases do have people living near them. But I could not say for sure.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if perhaps some sort of service that provides hope would increase the potency of the oasis itself.
It might. Magic is such that often it takes the intentions of the user into account.
Okay. Another question, not related to the oases. I'm not sure how often they would show up around here, but have you ever heard of a monitor?
A monitor lizard?
No, it's like a flying centaur thing.
No, I am only familiar with Lamassu and Ophinicus and such, and they are significantly less centaurish than what it seems like you might be thinking of.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask. It's another thing that I am looking for. It's a very good aligned creature that I need to brush the shield with the feathers of.
Understandable, understandable.
They are great champions of good causes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have never heard of one myself.
Well, fair enough. I think that's everything I need to ask. Thank you for all your help.
Well, I mean, as long as you're there, if there's anything else that you want to ask about other things, you can do so since you have paid for a little bit of time with him.
You could maybe ask about some of the people that are living near some of these oases.
I guess I'd ask if there are like any towns or such set up around the oases that make up the caravan routes between Jesus and Halwa.
They're basically there's almost like if the oasis is large enough, then there's basically always like going to be a little town.
Okay.
Right.
I can't personally think of anything else. If you guys have any questions, you can ask.
I asked him if he would happen to have a scroll with the spell to find
No, he
shipwrecks.
does not. He does not have anything for sale.
Pity.
Okay, so you take your leave of him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Meanwhile, Finn wanted to talk to alchemists and herbalists about local flora.
Yeah, just to see if there's anything that can help with the heat.
No, they would not have anything. Like the main things that they would have is like recommendations on what to eat if you're having trouble finding like actual water. You know, plants that that tend to have a high water content. They'd have some recommendations on that.
Okay. Finn will take note of that, but I have other ways of creating water, so
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a any of your herbal things that require access to a desert?
Yeah, I think Desert Oasis is one. Let's see. Jungle.
Pretty sure Desert Oasis was one. I must have gone past it.
I do that all the time.
Yes. Darkweed.
Okay.
Terrain Desert Oasis.
So you would be able to find in some herbalists some dried, not fresh, of that you'd be able to purchase.
Well, I could always give a try at that.
They would charge, because it's pretty rare, they would charge 25 gold pieces per, basically, application.
Okay, and that's going to be an overall -6 on my preparation. So I will buy enough to try 4 times.
Okay. That'll probably clean out their stock.
Okay. And that's 100 gold. Okay.
What is
might
the
just go back
what is the preparation time for it?
10 hours.
Ooh, okay. You could probably do one that day if the rest of the party is going to ask about caravans.
Yeah, I'll give it one shot.
Okay.
Let's see, proficiencies. There we go. And there's a -6 on this. Hey,
Excellent.
that worked. So write that down.
So I think there's a further -2 with using dried.
That's how it ended up being -6. It's
Okay.
normally -4.
Okay, you did take that into account. Good. All right.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, so you did succeed in preparing that. You can definitely search any oases that you come across along the way for more.
And
Mhm.
for purposes of experimentation, I'm going to put the other 3 sets into my herbal pouch.
Okay. All right. Okay. So after leaving the College of Magic, Ockar, Braxon, and Solas, did you want to go check around the caravans? They tend to congregate outside the gates of that would lead in the direction that they would go. So you would go outside the gate that would be the gate that you would take to go to Howla, if that's where you
We
want to
could
go.
do.
I think that's probably a good idea. I also want to pick up a couple things for Ingritha, basically get her an Ebha and sun goggles for when we make the trip.
Okay.
Do you want to try the other place, the science place, as well? Or are you happy?
I think I'm happy with what we've learned.
Okay. All right, let's go look for some caravans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See how long they stay in town.
So you head out to the gate and start asking around for caravans, and you'd pretty quickly learn that caravans leave for Howla really every 2 to 3 days. So there's a pretty solid, regular travel up to Howla. The trips tend to take let's see. Okay, give me a second to calculate what the duration of the trip is. So you'd be looking at about an 18-day trip.
Okay. That is 2 there and back?
That is 2 there.
How many days?
18.
Okay. Is that okay with you guys?
I'm
Yeah.
fine with it.
Yeah, we came here to do this.
Once you're there, the caravan itself tends to spend a few weeks there, but you could, get a different caravan going back, kind of thing.
That was gonna be my idea. Then I'll.
Question.
Mhm.
Do caravans provide pack animal for the mercenaries, or do we have to get our own?
They will, if you do not have your own animals, then they will provide.
Okay.
Then I'll see if I'll ask around, see if anybody's willing to hire the 5 of us on as like caravan guards.
Okay, so you want to go as caravan guards rather than passengers, essentially.
Yeah, I want to try to earn some money back from this trip.
All right. So you ask around, and some of the caravan the caravans definitely seem nervous about hiring on what they call as a jami, which you would pick up as foreigners, like outsiders, that kind of thing. But
hoping my amazing charisma helps.
Yeah, I mean, you do find someone willing to hire you if you give a demonstration of your skills from each person.
Okay.
They're planning to leave in 2 days.
Yeah, I'll show off like martial prowess and also. Oh, I don't want to show off the lay on hands, but I'll mention that I can do healing magic in an
Basically,
emergency.
he would be looking for a demonstration of your skill at arms. So some of his other guards, you'd just basically do a fight with them using practice swords, kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, I guess Ingritha and I'll do that.
Okay. Braxon, would you also demonstrate your skills?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Solas, as a not very capable physical fighter, how would you demonstrate your skills to show that you are worthy as a caravan guard?
I would use summon monster spell.
Okay. All right.
In a basically controlled environment where everyone knows that it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, and if you did monster summoning one, it wouldn't be particularly. Yeah. Like you're not looking at.
I would indicate that this is not the strongest magic that I own.
Right. And for the purposes of this, like once you found someone and they wanted the demonstration, then you would have gotten Finn to join you and demonstrate as well. Finn, what would you do to demonstrate your skill?
I would probably start a sparring match using my mace. And then partway through change into a cat form.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he'd be very, very impressed, given how you would have performed. In fact, give me a 3d20 from Braxon, Ockar, and Ingritha.
Do we want to like include like Thaco in there?
No, just give me 3d20. I'm gonna see how you roll.
Okay, so that's for each character.
Yeah. Finn turning into a cat would very much impress them.
Oh, damn.
3d20, not 3d2.
I typed 3d20 and I'm like, I hit something. What did I hit?
That would be a terrible roll if it was 3d20.
And I caught something when I hit enter, so I must have hit the backspace button.
That's a bit better.
You all showed enough skill in the fight. If there had been like 2 1s, then that might be they might be a little bit iffy, and I'd have to do some other stuff. But that was solid. So given that, they would be willing to pay you 30 gold pieces per day each.
Mm.
Okay.
Thank you.
And they do say that there has been more bandit activity lately, so you'll be a welcome addition to the group.
That'd be 540 gold for each of us by the time we're done with the first trip.
They also say that there will be a bonus if anything bad happens that you were able to resolve. Like in a way that they couldn't have resolved, kind of thing. Like basically,
Okay.
if you guys manage to save the caravan, then there will be a bonus at the destination. The bonus will depend on what you did and how much you saved and stuff like that. So then the caravan master asks you if any of you know how to ride camels.
I know how to ride animals.
Camels.
I mean, I'm trained in riding wolves. It can't be much different.
Fingers crossed.
Sadly, no. So
I mean, if you say that you're a skilled rider on other animals, then
I'm a skilled rider on
something.
other animals. I've never ridden a camel in my life.
Braxton's going to say no. He's captained the ship, but he's never ridden a camel.
Okay.
Finn will
Solas,
simply say,
don't
I
know.
have a way with animals, and leave it there.
Okay. And Solas?
Solas says that sadly he is not familiar with riding camels.
All right. And what about Ingritha?
Ingritha is not trained in riding anything.
Okay.
So she has no skill at it.
All right. So in that case, like you will be riding camels. You will not be put on any of the scouts, scout camels, and you will be riding pack camels. Those will be the easiest ones for you to ride, but you will probably want to get off and engage on foot if anything happens.
Yeah.
So do you have any further questions to the caravan leader?
You said
I'll
that.
Ockar
you
first.
can go ahead. So, okay. I'll ask what he's transporting, so we know what we need to keep safe.
So a wide variety of goods, but there's a lot of textiles. There's going to be a pretty good amount of dried seafood, dried fish, and stuff like that coming from villages along the shore and stuff like that. Some spices from the southern islands, and some other island products and things like that.
Okay.
I ask about, since he said that there is increased bandit activity, is that recent, and is there any other dangers that he would tell us that we should be prepared for?
So he will say that there's always dangers of things like lions and other wild beasts, of course. Natural hazards like sandstorms. That can be something that you need to keep in mind. The caravan will generally be traveling at night, unless it gets too cold.
Okay.
It is the warm part of the year, but it can still get down to freezing at night
Mm-hmm.
at certain points, like depending on how the weather is. So if it does get to be that way, then they will be traveling during the day instead.
Okay.
Okay.
They will have some water and feed for the animals and things like that, and there will be some spare water just in case. But you will be expected to try to get your own, carry your own water.
Yeah.
Solas has his own water in handle with the fish.
So Ingritha has a water skin, and Ockar has like several like water skins and canteens that he still has from when we were on Rattle that he'll basically share with her.
Okay.
Like
Finn's-
I have like a 3-gallon water skin.
All right, Finn.
Finn's going to take 2 create waters every day, just as needed,
Okay.
and probably ask to they keep an empty barrel along that I can fill.
Okay.
Yeah, Solas is also willing to top off party's water supplies with the fish.
Okay. Yeah.
It produces
Braxon's-
gallon of water per minute.
Okay. Well, Braxon would have brought his water skins from before. But yeah, if you can make water, you can give them water if there's any spare. They might be a bit happy about that.
All right. So you'll need a gallon per day.
Mm-hmm.
And that is obviously like the start of the trip and the end of the trip will be near easy water supplies, but once you get into the desert and you're crossing multiple days without access to water of any kind, keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's why Solas brought the fish with him.
Yep. So you'll have a full day to prepare. If there's anything that you need to purchase.
Solas buys gear the caravan master recommends for desert. The kind of clothing.
All right. Well, you can get a common Ebha for a gold piece.
Yeah. And
Did you say we need to drink a gallon of water every day?
Yes.
Or even with all the water canteens, Braxon can
Okay.
carry. Won't be able to
I'll get
carry
an
18.
Ebha.
Don't know if we can carry 18 gallons of water.
Well, you
I'll
wouldn't need to carry 18, because again, like the first few days are going to be you're going to be going up the river, so you're going to start out
right.
that way.
Okay.
Halwa
And
is
there's
along a river, and there are oases along the way.
mm-hmm.
The caravan owner tends to recommend carrying anytime you're leaving water supply,
Yeah.
have 6 gallons. That's his recommendation. That's what his people are going to do. It leaves it entirely up to you. But if you do run out of water, then they will charge you. Like they will dock some of your pay if they have to go into emergency water supplies.
Yeah.
Solas will carry 1 water skin with him and have a few spare on the pack animal.
So, how much does a normal water skin hold?
I think they normally hold 1 gallon. Let me double check.
Because Ockar has 2 normal water skins and the 3-gallon water skin, and then 3 half-gallon canteens.
Okay. Yeah. Normal water skin holds a gallon.
Okay. So in that case, I think I'll buy if he said 6 gallons,
That's his recommendation.
then I'll buy 6 more. I'll buy 5 more water skins for Ingritha. How much is the water skin?
12 silver pieces is what their asking price is.
For each?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 72 gold. 72 silver.
Solas has water skins from before, so he uses those.
Okay.
Same with
So-
Braxon.
Solas also makes sure that he has he has a good cloth to put on his face if there is a sandstorm or such.
And how much is it for an Ebha and sun goggles?
So the sun goggles, they don't really have those, and you don't actually need to worry as much about that here. The sun goggles were a thing for the like that's more of a snowy
A rattle
area.
problem.
Yeah.
You use it in sun as well, from what I read, for like bright sun in your face when you're traveling in a desert.
Yeah, but they don't like they have veils and things like that for
Mm.
that instead.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use light cloth there.
So the Abbas are 1 gold piece if you want a standard common Abba.
Okay, and I also read that there's sunburn ointment. Would they
What
have
is-
that here?
What does the Abba do?
It's a full robe.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
Okay.
It basically keeps the sun off your body.
Yeah, I'll get one of those. I'll look like the others. One
Yeah.
copper piece, did you say?
No,
Or
1 gold.
piece?
1 gold piece.
Right.
Okay, so I'll get her an Abba and I'll get her those water skins. And
Yeah, I will also make sure that I have basically a veil that I can put in front of my eyes and face to protect from desert sandstorms.
All right. So cream for your skin, that will go for 5 gold pieces per application.
So sunburn ointment, according to the CRH, the complete Ranger's handbook, is it basically has 14 applications in it.
Yeah, but
And
this is different stuff.
Okay.
This is
I
for
think
desert environments.
I think we're fine without the cream as long as we have the Abbas
Okay.
and also the heat like spells that we have.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you Solas, do you want a linen veil or a silk veil?
I will take the silk.
Okay, that'll be 9 gold.
And
It's lighter and more feels better.
and Greta will get the linen veil because I mean we're not trying to look fancy, we're trying to be protected.
All right.
I'm trying to look fancy.
How much is that?
That is 8 copper pieces, sorry.
So the veil just covers your face up.
Yeah.
It
What
protects your face from the elements.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
So
does Ockar need one? He's got sun goggles from Rattle. Would that be enough?
That's up to you.
you might want a veil to protect your mouth and nose in sandstorm.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ockar will buy himself a linen veil as well.
Yeah, Braxton would buy a linen face veil.
All right. Finn, how about you? Anything that you want?
Finn will also buy the linen robe and veil.
Okay. Any other equipment that you guys feel you need?
Solas buys a bit of a mild scent because he feels that there's no chances to really clean up during this trip, so he doesn't want to smell like a old sweat constantly.
Okay, let's see.
Perfume per vial is 5 gold pieces. So I would think that would be something along the lines?
They're asking 7 gold pieces.
Okay, I will pay that.
And that is per vial.
I will buy 2.
Okay.
Braxon's going to say, do they know of any local groups of bandits?
They rattle off a bunch of names that you've never heard of before. So yes, they would like
Okay.
you'd hear that there are individual groups of bandits.
Is there anyone that knows their tactics?
The
Skill,
tactics
I mean.
depend entirely on the terrain. They may be ambushes, they may be sudden charges, they may be like there's all kinds of things.
I think I'm good when it comes to equipment.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm good, but I'm sure I'll be regretting not asking for something later on or next week.
All right. How about you, Finn? Anything else that you want?
No, Finn has other ideas for taking care of himself on the trip.
Okay. So anything else that you want to do before you go to the... You have all of that one day and then most of the second day, because they'll be leaving in the evening.
Before we leave, I will cast Enduring Endurance. Unfailing Endurance.
Well, you can wait until
Yeah.
before you leave. I'm asking for anything that you guys want to do in that, roughly day and a half.
Not really on my part.
Okay.
I will buy a book about the desert flora and fauna.
Okay.
Braxon will see if there's a temple of Ptah in the city. There probably isn't.
There is not. There are a number of mosques to deities you've never heard of. And when you mention like Ptah, the message you get will be there are no Ajami temples here.
Okay. Does Braxton know what an Ojami is?
You would pick up that means foreigner or outsider.
Okay.
How much would the book about the desert flora and fauna
I'm looking for a general price. I would say probably I will go for 10 gold pieces.
Okay, that's not bad. Solas will basically buy that to read it during the trip.
Okay.
Oh, Braxton's gonna go down where the docks are, see if he can see who makes ships, and see if he can work out what sort of wood they're using for their ships, and what sort of trees there are in the local area.
They don't seem to do shipbuilding here. There isn't a whole lot of tree cover, and the trees that are around here are not ones that you're familiar with at all. Very, very strange trees. They tend to be straight or slightly curved until they get up to the top when they have like just a big bush of greenery.
Yeah, that's a very weird tree.
And then there's other ones that are kind of short and stumpy and have lots of like gnarled branches. You would learn that much more shipbuilding is done to the east and the islands to the south.
Okay. Won't be coming back here to pick up planks then. We did get some planks before.
I mean, you cut down some trees back on garden.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
Braxon's on a quest of his own to find super trees. There's going to be trees out there somewhere that have got like, better wood inside them.
And then you discover instead the trees that eat you.
Yeah. Well, we've already met. I think we've already met Artux.
Yeah, but they're not trees.
No, but there could be like big Artux.
I think we're on the wrong part of Faerun to find ironwood trees.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone ready to set out?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you
Okay.
say it was 3 nights we stayed, or 2 nights?
You ended up staying 3 nights.
Okay.
Thanks.
And let me see. I do not have the right distance here. Let me fix that. I'll be pulling you over to another map in a second. That is the wrong thing. I want to try to get the distance about right. That's close enough. All right. Okay. So you should be on a new map.
Mhm.
The map looks the same.
Now there's
No,
more settlements and details.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now.
it's a bit more zoomed in.
Okay.
Okay. So, the caravan is fairly large. There's about 100 camels in total, all laden down with goods. You were riding some of them as well with a lot of others. There are a few uh, caravan guards who are on unladen camels, and they're acting as scouts and outriders and things like that. But it's a mix of various peoples, mostly human, but you do have some other guards as well. Some elves, some half-elves, a dwarf here and there, even some kobolds and goblins. And they're all treated
Okay.
the exact same.
Yeah.
Solas is Solas appreciates the racial harmony.
It is impressive.
And initially, the trip is pretty uneventful. Start out heading north along the river, and you can see the mountains in the distance to the south, and the land is slowly rising ahead of you. But you're traveling through, at this point, mostly farmland in the river floodplain area.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Has Braxton been told what to do to stop his camel from running away if he needs to get off and chase after a bandit?
Well, so you would be instructed that you don't want to chase after a bandit. You just want to run them
Okay.
off.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the bandits leave, if they flee, unless they're like abducting people or fleeing with a train of
like camels
the
or
camels or
something that they
something like
sold.
that, then yeah, you might want to give some chase if you can. But at the same time, you guys are known to be not riders, so you're expected to fight on foot. Now, most of the camels are tied together. So that is they're hoping that will keep some of them from running too far and stuff like that.
Fair enough.
Okay.
But you are traveling through the settled lands, passing by villages, but not really stopping through the night, and that keeps the temperature much cooler. In fact, almost cold, especially when the wind blows. And sometimes the wind really does blow because there is not a whole lot to stop it from moving. It tends to be blowing from your back since you're going upriver, and it tends to blow up the river.
I think Braxon probably wear his armor at night then.
Okay.
And carry it during the day.
So after the first... Yeah, go ahead.
For camping, when we camp, Solas will cast Leomund's tiny hut for the party to sleep in.
The caravan owner would ask you not to because you need to be, prepared to, act, and you're going to be in a tent anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, Leomund's tiny hut, you can act from it.
Yeah, but the caravan owner doesn't know anything about it, and seeing this opaque sphere, semi-sphere, makes him nervous and feel like you're not actually helping.
Fair enough.
Pity.
I don't mind.
So each group in a tent, so you're going to be in one tent, and other groups are going to be in other tents, are expected to have one person on watch at all time. And that is going to be up to you how you decide that. So that after traveling through the night on that first day, the first leg of the trip, after the sun has risen and as it's beginning to warm up, they do call a halt and set up their camp, put up the tents. There's a number of porters and bearers who quickly help and set up the tent, and one of them is set up for you.
Braxon will thank the bearers, set up our tent.
And you're close enough to the river that you can fill up on your water. The camels are watered as well, and just allowed to graze some shrubbery and grasses in the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you want to do for watch?
Well,
Braxon's obviously going to do half the night watch. Have you bought that pillow? It's only the pillow we need, isn't it?
yeah. I think Braxton and I could split the watch.
So you're actually going to be camping for about 10 hours.
Oh.
Right.
I mean, Braxon, Ockar, and Ingritha for the 2 hours.
Yeah, we could do it, split the watch 3 ways that way.
Okay. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Especially since she isn't alone on the watch, that there is it's just one person from each tent.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So so and the nature of the tents is that they tend to be open-sided, so you get the wind blowing through.
Well, as long as Braxton gets 4 hours sleep.
But they're covered so that you're completely in shade.
as long as Braxon gets 4 hours sleep, he'll be okay with the pillow. So
Yeah.
you need to get spells back.
Yeah. So.
No, it's entirely up to you how you want to set up the.
Well.
Braxon doesn't do spell casting, so I don't mind Braxon doing more of the watch.
Well, we have 10 hours to do. I figure. You could do like 4 of it and then like split the last 3 between me and Greetha.
Yeah, you're both going to be able to get a decent sleep though, because you need 4 hours for that.
Oh,
pillow,
right.
don't you?
Then you and Greetha both get 3 hours. I'll take up the last watch of 4 hours then. That'll give me like 6 hours of sleep.
Well, I think Braxton could do 6 hours of the watch.
Okay. But wait, no, if you do 6 hours, then...
As long as I
Why
get
not?
4 hours sleep, I'm okay.
Why not do the 4 hours, 4 hours, and 2 hours?
Okay, sure. Braxon can do the first 4 hours, then I can do the second 4 hours, and Greetha can handle the 2 hours.
Yeah, but will the magic work if she's... will the magic... We've only got one of those pillows. Will the magic work?
She doesn't. She can sleep during the 8 hours that you two keep watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, that's how we'll do it.
Okay, so who is first?
Braxton to go first.
Okay, and then Ockar for 4.
Yeah. Ockar for 4, and then Greetha for 2.
Okay. All right. So the first quote unquote day, you settle down, and everyone other than Finn, give me a Constitution check to see if you can sleep through the heat of the day.
Will the endure heat help?
Endure heat will help. I will give you a bonus to it.
And does any other magic like rings help?
I mean, if you have any rings, that might help.
I can't use my macro, so I'm not on the map.
But yeah,
just
I
roll.
have cast endure heat on everyone except Finn.
So hang on, I've got I got a ring of protection and a cloak of protection. Will they help against that?
It was Constitution check, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I pass.
Is it under?
I'm rolling. Sorry, I got people doing stuff in the background. Trying not to get it caught on the mic.
Yeah, I passed.
Okay. All right, Ockar passes easily. And what about Ingritha? Ah, okay. Is that a pass for her?
Her con is 15.
Okay. All right. So, since you all do easily get to sleep, the rigorous travel, while not fast, you're riding animals that you're not familiar with. You're keeping a watch out at night. So there's a lot going on, and of course, since the caravan left at night, and you had the full day awake, you all are pretty tired by the first camp period.
Oh,
and
Yeah, we
easily
should
get
have
to
gone to
sleep.
bed.
I'm sorry?
We should have gone to bed in the day.
I mean, it left you ready to go to sleep, so.
Yeah.
It'll
Um,
be fine. We'll be dealing. It's like jet lag. We would have been dealing with it anyway.
yeah. All right, so you wake up after an uneventful day's rest and get a quick meal of like dried fruits and dried dates, some cheese, some hard bread, that kind of thing, and get ready to continue your travel.
Yeah, when he gets a chance, Braxon will speak to the scouts and say if they've seen any unusual tracks.
They haven't, but you're traveling through settled lands right now, so
Right.
you know there's lots of farms that you're passing. They're not expecting anything to happen yet. You'd have a basic understanding of what's going to be going on. You're going to be traveling upriver, and then after about 3 days of traveling upriver, you're going to be turning into the desert and crossing the first leg of desert. That's
So-
where if bad things happen, that's when it might start happening.
Okay, so the way that this is working is basically the camels are tied together and all falling in the same direction.
Yeah.
So I don't need to actively like steer or anything, right? Then can I be using my spyglass to kind of look around while we travel
Sure.
to see if I notice anything heading our way, like bandits or anything?
Sure. Absolutely.
Braxton definitely left his spyglass back on the ship.
All right.
So, Solas will be paying attention to his surroundings, but also try to chat up with the other members of caravan.
All right. Easiest time to do that is when there's always like a midnight break for a quick meal and rest. And how about you, Finn?
Yeah, Finn will pay attention to what he sees growing around, especially since there's farms, since he's got that interest in agriculture now.
All right.
Solas is also willing to lend his new book about desert flora and fauna to Finn if he wants to check it at some point.
Yeah, Finn will probably at least browse it.
Okay.
Ingrisa will probably like chat with Finn about the herbalist stuff, trying to learn some of the stuff that he knows about since he's a lot more of an expert than he is, since he just kind of worked at her parents' like herbalist shop on Brawl.
All right. So Finn, you notice that they're growing a lot of wheat and barley, and there are some places where they're growing rice. There's also a lot of flax being grown as well. And you can see further away from the river, there are definitely some there's some herding going on and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right. So the next night's travel, that will be pretty uneventful as well. Continuing to travel through settled lands, but not stopping at any of the towns. Just making sure that they're stopping places where they can fill up on water and graze the camels at night. And you get another night's in. Yep.
Solas is, when he chats with the other members of the caravan, he is especially interested in local stories and legends that they might know.
There's lots of local stories,
Yeah.
and they will have all kinds of stories and legends and myths to tell and share with you.
And Solas will share some of his own, or if they're willing to listen.
Yep. And so the second day of travel, second night of travel, comes to a close. You guys set up your get your tent set up and try to sleep again. So, Constitution check from everyone except Finn.
Again, I have cast Endure Heat.
Oh,
That's exact my Constitution.
no, that's over my constitution.
Okay, so that 15 was for Ingritha, right?
Mm-hmm. Shows
Yes,
that the
yes,
Ingrid rolled it.
yes. The 15 is exactly her con.
Okay. Braxon, what is your Constitution?
16 with the girdle.
Okay. Unfortunately, you do struggle to sleep.
Okay.
However, since you need with the pillow, you need 4, and you've got 6 hours to try and sleep. I am going to say that you do get enough to be rested.
Okay.
But definitely the heat is getting to you on, in just trying to adjust and get some sleep. But it is about time for us to take our break. It gives me a chance to roll up for some weather changes and things like that, see if anything happens, and see if any random encounters happen. We will be back in about 10 minutes as we continue to see what comes of this trip and whether the oasis that you want to go to is going to do what you want. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, everyone. Good time to stretch your legs, get something to eat or drink, and we will be right back.
We'll see you then.
See you
See
soon.
ya.